I am a 30-year-old male with a fear of rejection, but I am trying to put myself out there and be social. I could really use some advice. Story 1. What works for people varies, but in general, it is good to talk to them like people, rather than as someone you are trying to attract. If the conversation goes well, then you can start being more flirty. This approach allows you to gauge their openness to being approached and helps reduce the anxiety of initiating a romantic interaction because you are simply engaging in a conversation. Starting the conversation by asking for their opinion is effective. People enjoy sharing their perspectives, and it can be particularly engaging if the topic is specific to women, such as, "Can I get your opinion as a woman on something?" How to Talk to Anyone is a decent starter book for improving communication with others. Story 2. Don't go to the bar to pick up women. Do go to the bar to have a good time. If you arrive with your head on a swivel and try to buy every woman a drink, you will appear desperate, and women will notice that. If you go to have a good time, women will sense that energy, and your chances of getting a number or being successful will increase. Story 3. Pro tip. Target groups of girls instead of focusing on a single girl, if possible. I have found it easier to get girls to talk when their friends are present. They feel more comfortable. Introduce yourself with charm and meet each one. If you have any social skills, you will notice which girls are interested in you while talking to all of them. Approaching a lone girl can work, but it may become awkward quickly if the chemistry isn't right. Story 4. Do not buy women a drink to start or continue the conversation. Also, do not buy drinks for women if they did not enter the bar, club, or lounge with you. Avoid using alcohol as a means to gain confidence to initiate a conversation. Focus on talking to women while sober first. If you find this difficult, limit your drinks to a maximum of 2. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Story 5. Do not corner her. Do not trap her. Do not try too hard. Instead, aim for several brief interactions rather than focusing intensively on one person. Story 6. Don't go out to pick up women. Go out to enjoy a few drinks, listen to some music, and have pleasant conversations with interesting people. Just relax and have a nice evening with no expectations. It's good to be with a friend or two who won't act foolishly. Story 7. Talk with women at a garden center, grocery store, or home improvement store, unless you prefer those who drink alcohol. Story 8. I am a 26-year-old woman, and my advice is, ask them to take a picture with you. Engage in arm wrestling or compare hand sizes. Compliment their outfit, shoes, smile, hair, or makeup. Compliments about their outfit and smile are particularly effective. Ask them to rate your outfit and share that you bought a new shirt, inquiring whether it suits you. Ask their friend about them, such as their name or relationship status, or if they can help you connect. Extra points if the person you are interested in overhears the conversation. Use some cheesy but original pickup lines like, "Is your name, insert random name?" This helps you learn their real name right away and serves as a great conversation starter. If you notice that the person is interested and single, consider buying them a drink after some time and ask for their contact information, such as their mobile number or social media. Story 9. Just go for it. Have fun. If she is not for you, she is not for you. The same energy connects. Find someone with your energy. Story 10. Don't make getting someone into bed your ultimate goal. Just be friendly and talk to them. Make meeting them and introducing yourself your goal, then focus on getting to know them and establishing a connection. Maybe it goes somewhere, maybe it doesn't, and it's okay either way. Try not to interact with women or anyone as if they are a puzzle to solve. Sometimes people don't feel like talking, and that's fine. Sometimes people engage in sexual relationships, and that's fine. Making a friend can often be the best possible outcome, even if it's underappreciated. Sexual relationships can be easy, but friendship is harder and lasts longer. Also, don't take advantage of intoxicated individuals. Those who aren't thinking clearly may have trouble giving informed consent. Mostly, just have fun and be nice. Kindness and fun are the most attractive qualities in a person. Story 11. 1. Any attempt is better than no attempt. Do not buy drinks. Remember where you found her, the bar. If she is impaired, do not engage in sexual activity with her. Take her home, but do not enter your own house. Do not hesitate, go in for the clothes. Be prepared for her friends to block your efforts. Pay attention to them as well. Do not buy them drinks. When she tells you her name, write it on a napkin so you do not forget it later. Always talk about them, not you. 10. Ask open-ended questions, not ones that can be answered with yes or no. Nothing will ruin your progress more than asking, "What is your name again?" after some time passes. Source: bartender with 30 years of experience in sales. Single until 48. Married well. Good luck, you can do it. Story 12. Just don't pick them up in bars or clubs. Do pick them up in casual settings. I love running into women on mountain hikes or jogs. I bring my dog. She is so cute that they can't contain themselves when they meet her. My dog gives me instant credibility, no real work required. Just smile and make them feel safe. We start walking together. After a bit, we can create a meetup at another mountain. Animals are always a great opener. Bring an animal, but no giant iguanas. Oh, I have a cat too. Sometimes I hike with her in her cute cat backpack carrier. Instant girl magnet. The smarter to work efficiently, not harder. This isn't rocket science. Story 13. Don't start with attractive women at bars. That's the advanced level. Practice your social skills by gradually improving. Story 14. Oh geez, here we go with a wall of text. Do drink some liquid courage. Do not drink too much liquid courage. Do try to find something unique. This is not a great example, but an example. This is such a Wisconsin thing to do. Sometimes I would buy pull tabs. They are like scratch-off lottery tickets for the uninitiated, but they take a little time to pull the tabs and are often sold in bars up north. Maybe a $20 to $30 investment, like a handful of them. It depends on who I was approaching and how many friends were with her. Then I would walk up to their table and say, "Excuse me, I accidentally bought about 30 of these things. If you help me pull them apart, you can keep half of any winnings." No one ever told me no. So I would follow up with, "Do you mind if I sit down for a minute? By the way, my name is underscore." While the entire premise of this is ridiculous, I know, but it worked a decent percentage of the time to at least get a phone number. The point is to look for opportunities and think outside the box. Do not approach unless you have some follow-up material or start with something interesting enough to spark a conversation. The key is to not be pushy here. That is important for this suggestion, both for your success and to not harass her. If you are actually sitting at the bar and there is a woman either next to you or a few seats down, give it about 3 or 4 attempts to strike up a conversation. Maybe comment on something on one of the TVs. You may seem to be rejected at first. If you do not push and wait about 5 or 10 minutes and try again, in my experience, she will be a lot softer toward you. If she is, give a third attempt maybe a minute or 2 later, which might almost become a conversation but then dies out. If you have gotten this far, hit her with a 4th attempt about 40 seconds later. From there, you will know if she is interested in talking with you or not. If not, then give up. But if you do it right and read her well, 4 attempts is reasonable. Oftentimes, it seems like I end up talking to the woman for hours afterward after having to make 6 or 7 attempts. Not necessarily take them home, but a good mutual interesting conversation. The key is to not be pushy here, to accurately gauge how open she is to talking to you. A little bit of persistence is okay. Do not bother with someone who is intoxicated. I think you know taking them home for the night is problematic, but that is not even what I am talking about. If they are wasted, they are going to be shutting down the bar. They will talk with 13 other guys after you, give their number out, and when you text them the next day, they will have no memory of you. Do be a white knight. If you see a woman being harassed by another drunk guy and she is visibly uncomfortable, you can easily walk up to them and say, "Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you forever," and give her a wink as you half gesture for a hug. I have never actually met a girlfriend or a one-night stand this way, but they are usually very appreciative, will go for the hug, and you will at least get a chance to have a one-on-one conversation with her. One girl I did this for, I escorted back to my table and introduced her to my friends. She ended up marrying one of them. In summary, do not be weird or pushy, and women will be nice to you. There is no need to fear rejection in a place where most people's inhibitions are lowered. Story 15. Do leave them alone if they are not reciprocating or wanting to be social. Do realize that you will strike out most of the time when trying to approach women at bars, and know that it is completely acceptable to be rejected. Be a man, accept it, and move on. Story 16. Right here, where Peter says, I'm going to go next door and get a table. If you'd like to join me, no big deal. If not, that's cool too. Then walk away. I started doing this at pool halls or bars with pool tables, and it worked quite a bit. The key is to walk away. Do not wait for the answer or act like you care that much about the answer. Story 17. I am 34 years old and have been to hundreds of bars. I have rejected people, seen others be rejected, and have faced rejection myself. What all these experiences have in common is that I do not remember any of those individuals. Most people in bars are intoxicated and either do not care or will not remember if you embarrass yourself. Take your chance. Story 18. Realize that their idea of a bold move is walking in front of you, standing near you with their back turned, or intentionally bumping into you. After recognizing this, decide that you cannot engage with anyone so childish and simply return to enjoying your drink. Story 19. If you approach any woman with the intent of picking her up, she will notice, and it will be less effective. The best way to find a partner is to befriend women and then ask them out when you have already established a friendly connection. If you find yourself in a situation where she is deciding whether to go out with you or not, her decision will be based solely on what she sees in front of her and the next 30 seconds. If you have made friends beforehand, she will already know who you are as a person, whether she connects well with you, and if you are even remotely compatible. Story 20. Don't pick up the bar napkin and ask her if it smells like chloroform while bringing the napkin closer to her face. Do draw a tic-tac-toe board on the napkin and slide it over. It works 60% of the time, all the time. Story 21. Dose. Be a social chameleon and say hello to everyone. Just a short, polite chat to get on their radar as a nice and sociable person. Learn small talk and don't be afraid to be a little superficial initially. This superficiality allows you to efficiently talk to many people so you can find the ones you connect with. Once you find someone you click with, you can get more personal. Never chase women. Never supplicate. Do not buy drinks for women with the expectation of receiving something in return. Instead, buy drinks if the two of you are already having fun together and it feels natural, but don't buy drinks for impolite women who ask for them right away. Avoid cheesy pickup lines unless you are joking to break the ice. Both parties should be aware of what's happening, meaning you are expressing interest. Don't be nervous. This can be difficult if you're trying to impress her, so stop trying to impress her. Instead, show genuine interest by asking questions. If you don't receive any signs of interest, simply move on. Story 22. This applies everywhere, not just bars. Never grab a woman and pick her up without her consent, especially if you have never met her before. This will most likely end poorly. Thank you for reading. Story 23. Personally, I don't find it easy to get phone numbers in bars. It's much simpler to meet people at weddings, business conferences, classes, or meetups. Places where you share common interests and where others may already know you. In bars, binge drinking often occurs, and people may not behave like themselves. This can lead to complications, such as issues with consent, especially if the situation escalates into one-night stands. There are far better ways to connect with others than that. I find that I can obtain 10 phone numbers from women who meet my standards at a wedding much more easily than I could find one worth approaching in a bar. Story 24. With the current law where men are presumed guilty from the start, just have a beer, chat with a few friends, and come back. Story 25. Anytime you talk to a woman you haven't met before, she may wonder if you are socially competent or if you simply got lucky that a woman spoke to you. When she wonders this, she is likely to break off the conversation and distance herself from you. During this time, she may observe you closely. If you start talking to other attractive women, she may become very interested. Engaging in conversation, even if it seems unproductive, is worthwhile since you are being observed, although she may not be paying attention to what is actually being said. If you cannot do that, Talking to friends you came with or even someone random is an acceptable alternative. Standing around awkwardly looking at your phone or hovering nearby in an attempt to regain her attention is not effective. If you are a regular at the bar and know the bartenders, that can be advantageous. This does not mean you should create a deceptive relationship in hopes that it will improve your image, but it can be beneficial to be in an environment where you get along with the staff. Match her energy. If she is breaking rapport, allow it. If she tries to come over again, welcome it. However, do not let this throw you off or make you act weird or needy. Story 26. Do it at your own risk is all I can say. Women have generally made it clear they do not want men to approach them in a direct manner, especially at clubs and bars, where they go with their friends to have fun, not to be bothered by men. While some women may be open to this, most are not. The best advice is to be as nice as possible. Avoid invading their personal space. Do not buy or offer to buy drinks, and accept no as an answer. Pay attention to body language. If she appears uncomfortable, simply leave her alone and walk away. Take everything that is not a definite yes as a no. Most women feel uneasy giving a firm no, and will use softer phrases like maybe or I'm not sure. Recognizing this as a no and leaving them alone is the right approach. Keep your expectations very low, only pursue those within your range, and you will do fine. Story 27. Do not use words. Just put your phone in their hands with the Snapchat code or contacts waiting to be filled. Random drunk arm wrestling. I'm not sure why this works so well. Do not get too close to their personal space. Act foolishly. Continue to buy drinks if they are not willing to spend the night with you. I have never bought a girl a drink at a bar, and I have gotten many numbers. Story 28. Don't ask a married man for advice on dating and picking up. We can tell you how to handle rejection, though. Rejection prepares you for married life. Story 29. Rule 1. Do not pick up women at a bar. There are too many potential negative scenarios that can arise from this. Use dating apps or find women who enjoy activities you like, such as playing sports, attending conventions, or traveling. Opt for more neutral environments that foster positivity. Story 30. Practice taking rejection gracefully. Try to be charming and come up with entertaining stories. Aim to speak well and be attractive. Be friendly. If you are too aggressive, people will be on guard. So relax. Story 31. Don't follow her around. I had that happen after dancing with a guy for half a song. I wasn't trying to be flirty. I was just having fun dancing. If you were there, you would notice I do it occasionally with other club members if they're friendly, and he nearly followed me into the bathroom. Story 32. I would listen to the girl's advice on this one. All I can say is that going alone gives you a pretty good chance of being approached, but don't just go to pick up. Enjoy the ambience and music, and everything else will follow. Story 33. I say hurl. If you throw up and she comes back, she's yours. But if you vomit and she leaves, it was never meant to be. Story 34. Go and have a good time. Do not buy drinks for them. If they like you or are interested, they will let you know. Story 35. Talk about her and not yourself. Be clear in your intentions. If you want a sexual relationship, don't pretend to have feelings. Be honest and attentive. Do not try to brag or show off, as that is not appreciated and can be off-putting. Story 36. If they are wearing black shoes with Velcro straps, they are Amish girls dressed in English style and out for a good time. They are indeed a good time. Story 37. My advice to anyone, young or old, is to be comfortable with yourself in any setting. People will notice you. It may seem challenging, but how can you be with someone if you cannot be comfortable on your own? Story 38. Ask questions about her, but avoid overly personal ones. Questions about where she lives, who she is with, where she works, or what kind of car she drives are acceptable, but only if they arise naturally in conversation. Otherwise, it may seem intrusive and like information gathering. Focus on discussing interests and hobbies. Share a little about yourself, but keep it brief to allow her to share as well. The more authentic and sincere you can be, the stronger the connection you will create. Story 39. This is not meant to sound ignorant, but reflects blind confidence. Just being yourself, regardless of what is thrown at you, can go a long way. Women notice that. Story 40. Put on a condom when you're getting dressed because anything can happen when you go out. Talk to women, have fun, and it could lead somewhere or not. Just don't expect to get laid. Story 41. I wouldn't try to pick them up. There's always a good chance that could come across badly or backfire. Just go with the aim of meeting people and having a good time. The rest will follow. Story 42. The oldest advice I have on the subject is to meet someone in a bar, but lose them in a bar. If you are just looking for a casual encounter, there are probably better options. If you are looking for a relationship, there are definitely better options. Story 43. If we turn you down the first time, please don't keep trying. Approach us with respect, not cheesy pickup lines. If we seem intoxicated, find our friends and let them take care of us. You'll get more contact information that way and be recognized as safe in the future, earning more friends and potential dating opportunities. If you cannot find our friends, alert a trusted person, such as a bartender or waitress. They will help you locate them. Avoid being overly aggressive. Story 44. Go out with other people so you don't look like the odd one alone. Going out alone can be challenging. If you are alone, try befriending and talking to another person who is by themselves. You might think having a female friend would be helpful. Instead, people often assume you are together. However, it's better than nothing. Story 45. Wash your hands. Be kind. Don't be unusual. Or do. I don't know. I'm getting divorced and can't find a date to save my life. So there's that. Story 46. Do. Make eye contact. Observe body language. Have some friends who will support you and ensure they are trustworthy. Pace your drinks with water. Crack jokes to lighten the environment. Make sure everyone is fully comfortable. The little things matter. Don't get drunk. Be pushy. If you get rejected, it's all right. It won't be your last time socializing. Accept it and move on to your table. There's no need to appear desperate. Good luck. Story 47. I see many opinions on when to buy a drink and wanted to add this. I was sitting at the bar when a man I had a short chat with earlier asked if I wanted water because staying hydrated is key at any time of day. I found that really sweet. We ended up not having chemistry, but I won't forget him because of the gesture and how clever it was, whether intentional or not. So, if offering alcohol feels too forward or if you're worried about how that will be perceived, getting both yourself and her water is an underrated move in this context, in my opinion. It shows responsibility for your own alcohol consumption and consideration for the other person you want to chat with. It doesn't feel like there's an ulterior motive and is a caring gesture no matter how you look at it. I always recommend having the person get any alcohol or water directly from the bartender's hand, even if you paid, so they don't worry about their drink being tampered with. Story 48. The main issue I'm facing is finding eligible single women in my area. I recently moved to a great neighborhood where everything, bars, the beach, groceries, and the farmer's market, is within 2 blocks of my home. It's a walkable paradise. However, every time I go to a happy hour, it's overwhelmingly filled with men or couples. The few single women I've encountered haven't been my type. I still engage in conversation with them because they are nice, but that's as far as it goes. I'm not sure where to go next. I think I'll ask in an online forum about where single women in specific age groups tend to go to meet other singles and hope to get some suggestions. Clearly, happy hours aren't the answer. Story 49. Start a conversation. Be funny. Girls love funny men. Be a gentleman. They appreciate that and look your best. Story 50. Lift with the knees, keeping the back straight and feet spread slightly apart while using a fluid upward motion. Your lumbar spine will thank you later in life. Just be yourself. Don't be afraid to have fun or look a little silly while doing so. In many instances, the quiet person gets overlooked. However, don't be arrogant, as that is a major turnoff. Keep your alcohol intake to a minimum, as women have little tolerance for heavy drinking men trying to impress them. Don't hesitate to talk to them, even if you feel out of their league. Avoid relying on cliché pickup lines. You might get a reaction, but watch for the eye roll that suggests you should either be more original or back off. Steer clear of women who can drink you under the table. While you might end up spending the night together, it's often less satisfying than expected. Remember, approaching women is like baseball in that you have to take a swing at every opportunity that comes your way. You might strike out, but you could also hit the grand slam that wins the game. Story 51. When you walk in, smile. Sit next to the attractive girls. Don't forget to ask if the seat next to them is taken. Story 52. Bars are not an ideal place to talk to women, as the atmosphere can be intimidating and they have little reason to trust you. Consider using dating apps instead. Story 53. As a woman, I can tell immediately when a man is at a bar trying to meet women. I avoid these situations because they can feel creepy and desperate. Don't sit there scowling and staring at every woman trying to make eye contact, then awkwardly approach with questions like, "What are you drinking?" It's unnerving to have someone stare at you while you're enjoying yourself. We all have a good sense for men who may be unsafe. Don't be that guy. Go to the bar, enjoy yourself, and don't focus on meeting people. Laugh, smile, and be relaxed. Please stop staring from a distance with a frown. It's uncomfortable. Story 54. If you are trying to meet women at bars on a Saturday night, you should focus on women who frequent those venues. Your target demographic should align with your lifestyle. Story 55. Do not hit on the staff. Pay attention to the signals. If the response is not immediately positive, abort and move on. Do not get too drunk. Do not fail to recognize a drunken mess of a woman. Run the numbers. If you are alone and she is with 4 others, it is unlikely to work well. If you are with one person and she is with one person, it is better. Do not interfere in another man's game. Do not approach a woman who is with someone else. Story 56. The idea in any context involving women is to make them think, feel, and believe that they are in control. To achieve this, they must feel safe, secure, and engaged. Story 57. I am the last person to give any advice. Before getting married, I went in with no expectations. Instead, I went just to get out of the house and enjoy people's company. I started conversations with women by complimenting them on their shoes, asking about their dresses, or discussing other topics. Story 58. If you find yourself talking to a mixed group, make sure you engage with everyone. Get to know them, you might need a new friend. The women in the group will be more welcoming if they see their male friends getting along with you. Keep the conversation appropriate. Story 59. Check the crotch area for an innie versus an outie. Check her mouth for cold sores. Go to the men's room and purchase 2 condoms. Story 60. Ensure she is not a sex worker, or at least be aware in advance if she is, so that you know how to proceed. Story 61. Woman here. Can I answer? Do not be creepy. Do not use cliches. Wearing poor quality shoes. Make eye contact with me. Maintaining that eye contact for extended periods may overwhelm me. Also, a subtle wink when you say something witty goes a long way. Story 62. If a woman is at the bar, walk up and say, "Hey Carmen, long time no see." When she turns around and reacts, you can walk away. Eventually, someone will ask who Carmen is or who you are waiting for, and hopefully you have the conversation skills to continue the interaction. This is a basic exercise to practice starting a conversation with women to build confidence. Story 63. Play the far-off planet guy. They will come to you. I don't go to bars, but at my last job as a cleaning contractor in a shop, I didn't talk to any of the retail assistants. Some would come out and chat, and some would introduce themselves. Maybe it's in their training to greet everyone. I don't know, but some were more talkative and daring than others. I guess you must be daring enough to make a move, but also not be seen as the creepy person in the corner bar stool, pointing at myself. I am single and have never settled down. Every time I go out to eat, it's always a table for one. Apart from the situation I related above, no girl has ever approached me outside of work. Put it this way. Some people find it easy to put their foot right exactly where it's needed to start a conversation. Hi, how are you? My name is, and I find you interesting. Story 64. A double shot of whiskey takes the edge off and allows you to enjoy yourself. Story 65. Some men go to the gym and some do not. Some people are born strong or engage in heavy labor, while others, like us, are not strong enough to lift 50 kilograms. Story 66. As a woman, my advice would be to dress nicely but not overly formal if you're at a casual bar. Be yourself and discuss topics that interest you. Ask her about her interests, aside from intimate topics. Consider offering a drink after you've been chatting for at least 20 minutes, but avoid doing so right away. I know it's a cliché, but being yourself is important. Story 67. Woman here. The best pickup line that worked on me was this: I had just bought a new dress that I was hoping would be admired, so we decided to go out for drinks. My friend and I walked into the bar and went up to get a drink. Two guys immediately approached us. He said, "Hey, can I tell you something?" I replied, "Yes, what?" He then changed the subject, introduced himself, and asked us questions about ourselves. Later, I asked, "What was it you wanted to tell me?" He said, "Oh yeah, when you walked in here in that dress, all my friends and I turned and looked at you. Couldn't believe it. I definitely took him home that night. We're actually still friends." Story 68. Don't post this on a forum. Asking women your age how they prefer to be approached is a good idea. Story 69. Bars? Seriously? So you aren't looking for serious content, okay? Then just wing it. The more carefree, the better. Story 70. They dislike you and may want you harmed unless they find you attractive and choose to swipe on you. If you don't engage with them, they will swipe on you. Story 71. If women are at bars to party, they are not difficult to meet because they are there to connect with men. Everyone is in the same place to accomplish the same goal. Engage with one another, have a drink, and go for it. Good luck. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.